Welcome to the introductory course by World Chess. We'll be discussing advanced rules and basic strategies. Castling. To castle, we move the king 2 squares towards the rook, and move the rook to the last square the king passed over. We are only allowed to castle under certain conditions. Both king and rook must be on their starting positions, and must not have moved before in the game. Here is an exercise for you to take a look at. White to play. Find all the ways to castle, with either side to move. Pawn promotion. When we advance a pawn to the opponent's last rank, we take it off the board and replace it with any piece of our color, except for a pawn or a king. We notate such a move by writing the chosen piece at the end. For example, b7 to b8, queen, or g2 to g1, knight. Here is another exercise. Find all the ways the pawn can promote. En passant. When an opposing pawn moves 2 squares from its starting position and lands 1 square to the left or right of our pawn can capture the opposing pawn en passant, as if it had moved only 1 square. The opportunity to capture en passant exists only for 1 move. We have to do it immediately, or not at all. By this rule, pawns cannot pass each other without possibly being captured. Draws. The game can end in a draw, meaning neither player wins or loses. This can occur in 4 different circumstances. If the side that is to move cannot make a legal move, but also is not in check, the position is called a stalemate, and the game ends in a draw. If a player can make a move that leads to a position that appears for the 3rd time in a game, with the same side to move, then they can claim a draw. Similarly, if 50 consecutive moves have been played by both players without either pawn move or the capture of any piece, the players can claim a draw. Finally, the players can agree to finish the game in a draw. White to play. Decide if the position is a stalemate. Defended pieces. If one of our pieces controls a square which is occupied by another piece of ours, we say that the first piece defends the second. Here, the white rook defends the white pawn, black captured the defended pawn, and white recaptures the undefended rook. The value of the pieces. In general, it is advantageous to capture our opponent's pieces, since the fewer pieces they have, the easier it is for us to checkmate them, and the harder it is for them to checkmate us. Analogously, it is advantageous to let our opponent capture as few of our pieces as possible. We can compare the value of queen, rook, bishop, and knight to the value of a pawn roughly as follows. We say that pawn has a value of 1. A bishop and a knight each have a value of 3. A rook has a value of 5, and a queen has a value of 9. If the sum of the values of all pieces of one player is larger than that of the other, then that player has a material advantage. How's a material advantage? Correct. White has 16 points. And black has 15 points. White has a material advantage. Exchanges, sacrifices, and gain of material. When one player captures a piece, and the opponent captures a piece on the next move, it is called a trade. This is only true if the captured pieces are of equal value. When one player captures a piece of higher value, then we say they've gained material. Sometimes players lose material on purpose, in the hopes of attaining compensation in other aspects, such as a positional advantage or perhaps an attack. This is called a sacrifice. If our opponent captures a defended piece, we can recapture that piece with one of our own. On the other hand, if they capture an undefended piece, then we cannot recapture it immediately. White to play. Find all possible exchanges. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we'll delve into basic tactics and endgames.